Welcome to Wednesday, December 7th, 2026, and your morning update. Today, we're talking about guns. Yes, guns. Yes, blood in the streets, Democrats losing their minds, all the good usual stuff. So, Representative Sam Farrington, who is from Rochester, New Hampshire, and a college student at the University of New Hampshire, has proposed a bill that would allow for campus carry on state-funded colleges. This is not the first time we've attempted this. It comes up a lot. But the recent attacks on Brown University and the security deficiencies have kind of, made it a hot topic. Hey, students have a constitutional right, just like the rest of us. They should be able to carry on college campuses. New Hampshire is a constitutional carry state. You can carry just about anywhere, and no, not college campuses. So we're going to pass a law that says you can. And first of all, we shouldn't need the law. You ought to be able to do it. We have something called the Second Amendment, and state colleges don't get to supersede that, especially ones that are not private and take state money. So Farrington's bill came up, and naturally, a Democrat had to step up and say, hey, we think this is a really bad idea. There'll be blood in the streets. That's what they said when we passed constitutional carry. Every time it was proposed before that, every chance we've ever taken to remove restrictions on the Second Amendment, we get the same answer. Lots of people are going to die. And in this case, it's college kids are going to die. When schools get shot up and we say teachers need to be trained and armed, everybody's going to die. Well, people were dying. That's why it happened. And if somebody was there and they were armed and they knew how to discharge a firearm properly, maybe not, maybe fewer. Well, they don't like to report those incidents because it's bad for the disarmament agenda, which has absolutely nothing to do with public safety. And we all know this. All the places Democrats run, where they disarm everything, where they tax everything, where they make it so expensive that people just choose not to defend themselves, more people are victims of crimes, assault, rape, burglary, and murder. Well, a longtime pain-in-the-ass anti-gun rep was quoted in Bearing Arms saying, if we pass campus carry, they're going to lose students. They're going to have to pay more to harden the campus. They're going to have to hire more security officers, and their operating money for all of these campuses will go up, said Rep. Wayne Burton, Durham. Wayne then goes on to say that when he was in Vietnam, he killed people with guns, and it's ugly. Well, it is. There's no doubt about that. Nobody ever wants to draw or discharge a firearm. But when somebody comes at you with a weapon and has superior force, what are you going to do? Toss your textbook at them? Okay, so anyway, Wayne is not unknown to us. 2016, GraniteGrok.com. A Durham lawmaker wants to propose a bill that would ban firearms for election polling sites at schools, even though New Hampshire is an open carry state. State Rep. Wayne Burton, Durham, said, it is time to use common sense and create a state law that places restrictions on guns at school polling places. More than 100 schools in New Hampshire are used on Election Day. He's afraid. Well, he says the children, the kids are usually not there on Election Day. They get the day off. But that aside, there have never been a shooting incident at a polling place in New Hampshire. In the 9 years since, and all the efforts they've made to ban guns, not just at school polling places, but all polling places, we have still not had a single incident. And you have to wonder if that's because some people know there's people there who are armed. Meanwhile, back at Bearing Arms, opponents of campus carry regularly declare that colleges and universities will lose students to states where guns are banned on campus. But there's simply no evidence of this. The University of Texas Austin, for example, announced a record high 55,000 students for the fall semester, nearly a decade after the campus carry became the law of the land. When Kansas adopted campus carry in 2017, critics were quick to seize on reports of a couple college professors who could choose to jump ship as evidence of a larger exodus of students and staff. But the University of Kansas has also reported record high enrollment levels this year. In other words, there's no there, just like there's always no there. The only reason you see these shooting incidents is because they're soft targets. They're known gun-free zones. They advertise them. They brag about them. And anybody who's crazy enough to shoot up a school isn't too crazy to know that there isn't going to be anyone there to shoot back. Campus carry should pass, and I hope it does. And I hope the governor signs it. That I don't know about. That's it for today. We'll talk to you tomorrow.